ندخلها أبدا ما دا أبدا ما داموا فيها فاذهب أنت وربك فقاتلا إنها هنا قاعدون قال رب إني لا أملك إلا نفسي وأخي فافرق بيننا وبين القوم الفاسقين صدق الله العظيم صدق الله العظيم صدق الله العظيم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Ya, Allahumma arhamna bil Quran, Allahumma hamna bil Quran, Allahumma hamna bil Quran. Semoga dengan bacaan ayat suci Al-Quran yang telah dibacakan oleh Akhi Fauzan tadi bisa menambah keimanan dalam hati kita. Untuk sekilas, tadi yang dibacakan oleh Kak Fauzan itu surat Al-Maidah ayat 19 sampai 25 kalau ingin dicek masing-masing ke dalam Qurannya. Nah, itu di situ ada kisah unik. Itu kisah tentang Nabi Musa yang mendapatkan perintah untuk memerintahkan kaumnya untuk masuk ke negeri yang telah diberkahi. Dan negeri itu di dalam Al-Quran disebutkan adalah Palestina. Akan tetapi Bani Israel sendiri menolak. Bani Israel sendiri tidak mau untuk memasuki negeri tersebut. Dan malah menyuruh Nabi Musa untuk pergi sendiri. Nah, itu untuk gambaran umumnya. Semoga ayat yang telah dibacakan tadi semakin menambah keimanan, menambah wawasan kita. Untuk selanjutnya, yakni acara inti di acara kita hari ini, yaitu berjudul Pembantaian Sabra Shatila, yang insya Allah akan disampaikan oleh saudara kita bernama Ustadz Omar Salah dan juga dimoderatori oleh saudara kita Hanif Ara. Waktu dan tempat dipersilahkan.
Oke, baik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang teman-teman semua, dan alhamdulillah ya pada siang hari ini kita bisa bertemu secara online untuk kemudian mendengarkan kisah dan cerita dan juga paparan yang akan disampaikan oleh saudara kita dari Palestina sana, yaitu brother atau saudara Omar Salah, gitu ya. Dan sebelumnya perkenalkan, nama saya Hanif Abdul Manapsyah. Di sini akan bertindak selaku moderator dan juga sekaligus selaku translator ya, karena nanti brother Omar Salah akan berbicara dengan bahasa Inggris ya, belum belajar bahasa Indonesia. Nanti mungkin setelah ini bisa kita ajari bahasa Indonesia ya, gitu ya. Dan sebelum brother Omar Salah memaparkan, halo, apakah sudah terdengar suara saya? Halo, suara saya jelas?
Jelas, Kak.
Jelas ya? Dari tadi jelas atau baru sekarang jelas?
Dari tadi kalau di tempat saya jelas.
Oke, mungkin buat Oke, baik. Oke. Sebelum Brother Muhammad Salah memaparkan kisahnya atau materinya, mungkin sedikit saya perkenalkan ya tentang siapakah beliau. Jadi beliau merupakan seorang warga Palestina ya, dan mungkin juga tinggalnya di Gaza begitu, Beliau merupakan lulusan dari Universitas Gaza gitu ya, lulusan bahasa Inggris, dan sekarang menjadi asisten dosen gitu ya di Universitas Ilmu Sains Terapan di Gaza gitu. Kemudian beliau juga dari segi pengalaman kerja pernah menjadi seorang manajer customer service begitu ya di perusahaan Jawalko, dan juga beberapa kali beliau juga menjadi seorang volunteer dan juga menjadi seorang penulis begitu. Dan untuk siang hari ini kita akan mendengarkan paparan tentang spesifiknya mungkin tentang Sabra dan Shatila ya. Dan mungkin kalau misalkan aku sebutkan nama Sabra, mungkin teman-teman teringat dengan apa yang sekarang sedang cukup viral ya terkait salah satu superhero dari Marvel. Jadi Marvel mengeluarkan karakter superhero namanya Sabra, yang menjadi kontroversialnya adalah Sabra ini merupakan seorang superhero perempuan yang berasal dari Israel, dan pakainya pun memang Israel. Jadi kalau misalkan ada Kapten Amerika ini semacam Kapten Israelnya kayak gitu. Dan itu mungkin kontroversial dan cukup amat menyakiti hati umat Islam ya, khususnya warga Palestina. Dan di sini Brother Masalah akan banyak bercerita tentang itu. Mungkin kita sapa dulu ya Brother Masalah. Assalamualaikum Brother Masalah. How are you?
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, I'm great. How about you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm great too. Where are you now? In Palestine or?
I now in Palestine, Gaza. I'm
Palestine.
in my room.
Okay. How is the condition there right now? Is it safe?
Right now, somehow it's calm, yani, but I'm hearing some sound from the, as we call them, nanat, the airplanes of the Israeli airplanes right now in the sky. Right now, I'm hearing it, but it's calm right now. Yeah, this is usual somehow.
Oh, really? So, it's really common there to hear the airplane.
Yes. Do you hear this sound? I guess you can hear it.
I can hear.
Okay, no problem. But it's calm.
Okay, brother. Before we continue before we proceed to your presentation, I would like to give a disclaimer that actually my English is not really fluent, and I'm not that good in my English. So because I will translate your presentation, because
we will help each other.
Of course.
No problem.
Okay, not all from us here can understand English, so I will translate your presentation. But then I'm asking you, when you present, maybe you can explain it slowly, because sometimes I can't get what you're saying, because I'm not that I am not yet that good in English. Yeah, you can answer me, right?
That's okay. That's totally okay. Take your time, and if you didn't understand something, ask me to repeat it, to go slowly. You can cut me off whenever you need. That's okay.
All right, sure.
Take it.
Okay, thank you very much. Oke, teman-teman, karena teman-teman sekarang udah gak sabar untuk mendengarkan paparan langsung dari Brother Masalah, mungkin sekarang kita akan langsung memberikan kesempatan pada Brother Masalah untuk memaparkan presentasinya. Dan jangan lupa fokus ya, perhatikan, kalau bisa juga dicatat. And Brother Masalah, time and presentation is yours.
Okay. Let me share the screen first. Okay, I'll share it. Here we go. Okay, do you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it clearly.
Okay, just let me turn on. Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So before we begin, welcome to all our brothers and sisters in Indonesia. Let me introduce you myself. I'm Omar Salah. By the way, Hanif, if you want to cut me off, it's okay. Tell me, cut me off. Okay?
Sure.
So to let you introduce myself, I'm Omar Salah, 24 years old. I study MA in Translation Studies in the Islamic University of Gaza. And I worked as a teacher assistant in the University College of Applied Sciences, teaching English curriculums to university students. And today I represent PAM Strategic Initiative Center, which is a Palestinian Malaysian research center that aims to spread the Palestinian cause among East Asia countries, especially Malaysia and Indonesia. And they do lots of things. For example, they do research competitions, they do short movies, Zoom sessions, and today is one of their Zoom sessions. And their aim is to networking with people from Indonesia and Malaysia in order to spread the Palestinian cause to among the most of its supporters. So shall we begin? I will start right now in our topic, which is Sabra and Shatila massacre. But before talking about Sabra and Shatila, first I want to talk about the very beginning of the incident. Sorry, very good. So The very beginning started in 1948, which is Nakba Day, or in English, we call it Catastrophe Day. So this day that caused the Palestinians to suffer till nowadays. And as you can see in the photos, people are even barefoot. So Hanif, would you go ahead and translate or continue?
Oke, maybe I will translate first. Teman-teman, jadi tadi beberapa masalah sudah memperkenalkan dirinya ya. Jadi beliau umur 24 tahun dan sekarang bekerja sebagai asisten dosen, dan sebenarnya karena beliau merupakan seorang lulusan sastra Inggris ya, jadi beliau sudah sering sekali berinteraksi dengan orang-orang di luar negeri, khususnya mungkin orang-orang yang kemudian punya concern terhadap isu kepalestinaan seperti orang-orang Indonesia dan Malaysia begitu. Dan sebelum akhirnya kita sampai pada pembahasan Sabra dan Shatila, beliau mulai dari penyebab atau awal mula peristiwa dari penderitaan warga Palestina, yaitu pada tahun 1948 yang terjadi di Nakba. Dan kalau misalkan dunia mungkin mengenalnya dengan, atau orang-orang Palestina mengenalnya dengan Catastrophe Day atau hari bencana, karena pada hari itulah warga Palestina untuk pertama kalinya dan untuk kemudian seterusnya merasakan penderitaan dari Zionis, dan di situ bisa dilihat bahwasanya mereka sedang berjalan secara telanjang kaki, nggak pakai alas kaki gitu ya. Oke, berarti masalah.
Okay. So during 1948 and before, most Palestinian peoples used to be simple peasants, so they don't have that military power to face a military power such like this occupation, brutal occupation. So at that time, Palestinians were forced to leave their homes, and this didn't come in a lower price. So they had to. Somebody's scratching or writing something. So let me erase it. Okay, I shall continue. So Palestinians, after that day, they forced to leave their homes, and as I said, this didn't come into a low price. So they sacrificed thousands of people, Palestinian people, in order to resist. But it is not an equal power, as I said. So they had to immigrate to somewhere. After the 1948, the United Nations established what we call the Palestinian refugee camps. The Palestinian refugee camps were located in 4 places or 4 routes, 4 countries. So we have. I need to share the whole picture in order everybody to see it. So let me just leave this and go to. Yes, this one. So do you see this? Do you see it right now?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes, okay. Well, I need to try to clear the thing out. Oops, sorry. How can we clear this out? Eraser. Yes, we did it. So during and after 1948, the United Nations established Palestinian refugee camps, and these refugee camps this is, by the way, part of the Palestine map. So I know you see Israel, but this map is published by the UNRWA, and they recognize Israel, and that's it. But I didn't find any other map. So the map right here shows that here we have West Bank. Those are the Palestinian refugee camps in Palestine. So we have in the West Bank, those in the yellow orange points are the camps, the location, the camps, the name of the camps, Jenin, Tubas, and in Gaza, it's where I am. This is Gaza, and we have camps right here, Jabalia camp, the beach camp, Nusayrat, Burej. So we have in Palestine, we have 2 roads. We have West Bank camps, we have the Gaza camps. It's not one camp, it's several camps. Those are in Gaza, but and when people immigrated 1948, they had to go to somewhere else between those camps. And there are some other camps outside Palestine. So we have in Jordan, we have camps like we have Zarqa camp, and Jordan is neighbors Palestine, and we have camps also in Syria, Palestinian camps in Syria and in Lebanon. So I will go through them in a while, but in order to let you see the map picture to imagine the things. So we have right here camps in Palestine, in the West Bank and Gaza. We have camps in Jordan. We have camps in Syria and in Lebanon. So those are when the Palestinian refugee camps are. So Hanif, if you would like to go ahead and translate, so just go ahead.
Oke, sure. Oke, jadi tadi Brother Umar Masalah menjelaskan bahwasanya ketika di hari Nakba itu, ketika di Catastrophe Day tahun 1948 di Nakba itu, kebanyakan dari populasi dari penduduk Palestina ketika itu merupakan seorang tawanan penjara, gitu, tawanan Zionis Israel, dan akhirnya mereka tidak mampu untuk melawan kekuatan militer, dan akhirnya terjadilah penjajahan dan mereka dipaksa untuk meninggalkan rumahnya, gitu, mereka masing-masing, dengan keadaan mereka sama sekali nggak punya uang. Yang akhirnya menyebabkan mereka untuk kemudian berimigrasi ke tempat yang mereka sendiri pun tidak tahu. Tapi pada akhirnya setelah tahun 1948, United Nations atau PBB membuat atau mendirikan namanya Palestinian Refugee Camp, atau perkemahan atau camp pengungsi Palestina, gitu ya. Dan teman-teman bisa lihat di sini tadi dijelaskan, dipaparkan petanya ya, camp-campnya. Di situ ada, bisa dilihat itu di keterangan petanya yang sebelah pojok kanan bawah ada warna lingkaran kuning itu, atau kuning, oranye, dan merah itu berarti camp-camp yang didirikan pada tahun 1948. Kalau yang segitiga itu camp-camp yang didirikan pada tahun 1967. Dan kecil atau besarnya camp itu menunjukkan populasi dari campnya ya, ada yang 600 sampai 25.000, ada yang 25.000 sampai 90.000, dan sebagainya. Dan bisa lihat tuh banyak banget ya campnya ya, ada di West Bank, ada di Gaza pun ada di Jordan pun ada, dan tadi sempat dilihat ke atas ada di Lebanon juga, di Syria pun ada, gitu. Jadi itu camp-camp yang didirikan oleh UN, oleh PBB untuk menampung para pengungsi Palestina, begitu. Oke, Brother Umar Salah.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let's get back to our okay. So I hope everybody knows the general look of the Palestinian map and where the Palestinian refugee camps are located. So in Palestine, as I said, those are not all the Palestinian camps in Palestine, but those are in Gaza, and there are parts of them. So the first, this picture is the Shatila refugee camp, and this is in Sarat refugee camp. So as you can see that the camp state is ruthless, and the roofs are not well built. They are made from zingo or what we can say, it is we can say like it's not well built, and while it is in winter season, you can easily go through the roof and sneaks into the house, and kids get cold. So in general, houses are not well built. The infrastructure is bad in the refugee camps, and you can see that houses are too close from each others, which means that there's no fresh air, pollution, electricity cuts, and not polluted water even. And there's a picture of Sarat camp here in Gaza, and this is a shelter camp in Gaza. By the way, my grandfather Muhammad, he immigrated, and his family immigrated from a village called Hamama. This village is now part of the occupied territories. So he immigrated to Gaza, and he lived in Shatila camp, this one, the one right here. And then we moved on to other neighborhood because it is after people, and it has become more populated, so people left it to live in other neighborhoods in Gaza. So we have other camps. For example, in Jordan, we have Zarqa camp. Those are not limited. Those are not just the camps in Jordan. Those are just examples in order to let you see how they look. And Jabal al-Hussein camp, also in Jordan. We have in Syria, Jarmana camp. We have Qabr al-Sitt camp, or in English, it is the ladies' tomb camp, the old ladies' tomb camp. And last but not least, which is our topic today, in Lebanon, we have Sabra and Shatila camp. You can see how ruthless they look and bad infrastructure, and the wall is even exposed to the sun. So to talk about Sabra and Shatila. So if you need to translate, Hanif, go ahead. So because I need to move to Sabra and Shatila camps to go deeper in them.
Oke, alright. Ya, jadi teman tadi sudah ditampilkan ya, ada beberapa camp yang di Palestina. Tadi salah satunya ada camp Al-Shati dan Nuzair, terus juga tadi ada camp di Lebanon, ada camp di Syria ya. Dan bisa dilihat bahwasanya kondisinya amat tidak layak ya. Ada yang nggak ada gentengnya, ada yang cuma ada genteng cuman nggak layak gentengnya, dibuatnya bukan dari bahan yang kokoh. Jadi kalau misalkan hujan tuh bakal bocor. Terus kalau musim dingin pun saljunya kadang bertumpuk dan akhirnya karena keberatan akhirnya bolong bocor si genteng itu. Dan anak-anak pun kedinginan, nggak ada akses air bersih, dan akhirnya ada polusi juga gitu. Dan bahkan buyutnya saudara Umar ini juga sempat mengungsi dari desa, suatu desa, tadi lupa namanya apa, dan desa itu akhirnya dijajah menjadi teritori atau wilayah yang terjajah, terus akhirnya mengungsi ke camp Al-Shati gitu. Dan tadi setelah dilihatin beberapa camp, sampailah pada camp yang ada di Lebanon, yaitu Sabra camp dan Shatila camp yang akan menjadi fokus bahasa kita. Jadi bisa dilihat ya, sangat umum ya campnya. Kabel listrik aut-autan, terus gedungnya juga ada yang akhirnya nggak dapat sinar matahari karena mengalami gedungnya lain, dan itu bisa dibayangin kalau misalnya kita ada di sana bakal gimana rasanya, dan itulah yang terjadi pada saudara-saudara kita di Palestina gitu. Oke, move on, Brother Umar.
Okay, Hanif. I just want to let you know that if anybody have any question right now about anything explained before, it's okay to ask. If you want to have any question, you can anybody can raise his hand or her hand, and I'm very happy to answer. So tell them this right now in order to know it's okay to ask whenever they want.
Oke, baik. Jadi teman-teman, tadi kata Umar, kalau misalnya ada yang mau nanya di tengah-tengah, gak apa-apa, mangga aja raise hand atau langsung chat atau langsung on mic gitu ya. Jadi nggak harus nunggu sesi akhir. Gitu. Oke, move on.
Okay. So as you can see here, here's the Sabra camp, and on the right hand is the Shatila camp. So let's talk a bit about both of them. So Sabra and Shatila camp are not one camp. Both are separate camps. Sabra is a camp and Shatila is a camp. So, and they are both neighboring each other. So they are not one camp, but they are neighboring each other. They are located in South Lebanon, nearby Beirut. And to talk about Sabra camp, it is originally not a camp. It is a Lebanese neighborhood, but they hosted Palestinian refugees in 1948, and Palestinians lived with them. But for Shatila camp, it is the neighboring camp. It is originally a Palestinian camp established by the United Nations. So and Palestinian, it's made for Palestinians. As for the names, Sabra camp's name came after the name of the original neighborhood the original inhabitants of the camp. This is the name where it came from. As for Shatila camp, it came after the name of the landowner of this camp, who is Sa'd ad-Din Shatila. So Saladin Shatila, he is the owner of the land, but he granted to the UN in order to establish the Palestinian refugee camps there. So you can go ahead and translate, Hanif.
Oke. Ya, jadi Sabra Camp dan Shatila Camp itu bukan satu camp ya teman-teman, tapi itu dua camp, tapi mereka saling bersebelahan, tetangga gitulah gitu. Dan sebenarnya nama Sabra dan Shatila itu bukan nama campnya awal, itu memang nama wilayah, nama desa lah ya, nama perkampungan, nama pemukiman di situ. Cuman warga di situ akhirnya menerima pengungsi Palestina. Masya Allah ya Muhajirin Ansor ya, mereka menerima para pengungsi Palestina. Mereka menyediakan tempat tinggal mereka untuk ditinggali bagi pengungsi Palestina begitu. Dan nama Sabra itu diambil dari nama asli penduduk sana, nama suku ya. Terus kalau misalnya Shatila itu diambil dari nama pemilik tanah gitu. Oke, move on.
Okay, let's move on. Oh, sorry. So so as you can see, as you saw from the topic, it is Sabra and Shatila massacre. But this is not the only massacre happened for Palestinians. During 1948 and upwards, many massacres took place in Palestinians. So immigration didn't come in an easy cost or on a low cost. So Palestinians resisted and did everything they could. But as I said, Palestinians were simple peasants. So and there were no equal powers to face this occupation. So this resulted in massacres to took place. For example, including but not limited to Kafar Qasim massacre, Khan Yunis massacre, Tantura massacre, Abu Shusha village massacres, and last but not least, Sabra and Shatila massacre. So those massacres led to the death of thousands of Palestinians, who sacrificed their lives for the sake of Palestine. So you can go ahead and translate, Hanif.
Okay. Alright. Ya, jadi pembantaian yang terjadi di Palestina itu tidak cuma satu atau dua ya, bahkan banyak, dan di sini disebutin hanya beberapa ya, hanya sedikit, yaitu 5 pembantaian dari pembantaian yang ada di Palestina. Antaranya ada Kafar Qasim, Khan Yunis, Tantura, Abu Shusha, dan juga Sabra dan Shatila. Dan kenapa disebut pembantaian? Karena yang terjadi adalah kekuatannya itu tidak saling berbanding, nggak sebanding. Yang satu Israel dengan dukungan dari Amerika, terus punya kekuatan militer yang kuat, sedangkan yang satu lagi warga Palestina yang nggak punya apa-apa. Dan teman-teman mungkin juga selalu ini ya udah sering lihat ya, warga Palestina hanya bermodalkan batu, hanya bermodalkan ketapel, bom molotov, kalaupun punya kekuatan militer mungkin seadanya. Sedangkan Israel tuh amat sangat besar gitu ya dukungan militernya, karena juga disokong oleh Amerika. Jadi ini bukan lagi konflik atau perang biasa, tapi ini sebuah pembantaian, dan pembantaian itu menyebabkan ribuan nyawa warga Palestina menghilang karena mereka membela tanah Palestina. Oke, move on.
Okay, so so talking about Sabra and Shatila massacre. So Sabra and Shatila massacre, which is our topic today, it took place in 1982 when the Israeli invaded South Lebanon. And as I said, Sabra and Shatila, they are located in South Lebanon. They invaded South Lebanon, and with the help of a malicious group in Lebanon, the Israeli occupation was able to surround both neighborhoods, not allowing anybody to enter it or leave it. So even the legal authorities were not allowed to enter or leave those two camps. So and the massacre happened in it started from the 16th of September 1982 till the 18th of September 1882. So today marks the last day of this massacre, brutal massacre. So in those 3 days, about 30,000 Palestinians and Lebanese died. So imagine how it looked like. So bodies were all over each other, all types. The Israeli occupation practiced all types of violence. They killed with cold blood, and people lost their loved ones. As you can see, bodies all over each other, and women lost their children, and people lose their loved ones. As you can see, buildings are destructed, and it happened just in only in 3 days. You can go ahead, Hanif, and translate.
Oke, ya, jadi teman-teman, pembantaian Sabra dan Shatila ini terjadi pada tahun 1982. Jadi Sabra dan Shatila ini terjadi adanya di ini ya, di Lebanon Selatan, di Beirut ya. Jadi kenapa akhirnya bisa terjadi pembantaian di Sabra dan Shatila? Karena ternyata ada sokongan dari internal Sabra dan Shatila sendiri. Jadi ada yayasan di internal Sabra dan Shatila yang akhirnya bekerja sama dengan orang-orang Israel gitu ya, penjajah Israel, dan akhirnya memberikan akses kepada penjajah Israel untuk bisa mengepung dua wilayah tersebut. Jadi nggak boleh ada orang yang keluar dan nggak boleh ada yang masuk ya, dua kota itu. Bahkan para pihak berwenang dengan kekuatan yang legal ya, dengan wewenang yang legal pun nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain begitu. Dan akhirnya terjadi adalah pembantaian selama 3 hari, dan pembantaian selama 3 hari itu menyebabkan 30.000 jiwa melayang. 30.000 warga Sabra dan Shatila mati. Itu bisa dilihat ya penampakan mayat-mayatnya. Ada ya, pada kehilangan orang yang dikasihi, disayangi, bapak kehilangan anak, anak kehilangan bapak, ibu kehilangan anak, anak kehilangan ibu, suami kehilangan istri, dan lain sebagainya. Dan gedung-gedung pun pada hancur ya, bisa dilihat sendiri. Itu yang terjadi pada tahun 1982 di Sabra dan Shatila. Oke, mohon.
Okay, so the massacre's decision, this came from someone called Sharon, the brutal Sharon. He is the Israeli defense minister, and the chief general staff Rafael Itan. Those two are the main heads for the massacre's decision, and who caused not just the suffering of people in Sabra Shatila. No, they caused the suffering of most Palestinians until nowadays. So this decision has left about 4,000 martyrs, including women, men, kids, and elderly. So how would it look like? Sorry. So before moving to so how it ends. So the massacre ends, as I said, with 4,000 deaths, and people lost their loved ones. And some people may ask me, what is the objective of this massacre? So the main objective of this massacre is to finish off the Palestinian Liberation Operation movement against Israel, which is a movement to as a resistance against the Israeli occupation. And that's why Israel attacked those two camps, but there was no resistance in those two camps when back then. They left them because they signed a treatment to leave Lebanon. So there were only civilians and a group of men who tried to resist against this occupation. So nowadays, Sabra and Shatila, streets and walls witness the whole view, or the brutal view, and still in the people's mind, these memories live inside the people's mind. So it was a brutal day. So what else there was to say? So after all what they did, there was no international interference. It was only just words. After this massacre, nobody cares about them. Nobody pays them the right attention. Nobody cares about these Palestinians and Lebanese lives. And Sharon, this brutal man, he was not even accused for what he has done. He was just retired. And then after a while, he was positioned as a committee member. So see how unfair the international bodies are. So you can go ahead and translate what I said, Hanif.
Oke, ya. Jadi siapa sih dalang dari pembantaian ini? Itu tadi disebutkan namanya Sharon. Sharon ini waktu itu menjadi Perdana Menterinya Israel. Dan pada ini terjadi selama 3 hari tanggal 16 sampai 18 September. Dan kalau misalnya ditanya, apa emang tujuan dari pembantaian ini? Kenapa tiba-tiba Israel mengepung 2 wilayah ini dan kemudian membantai 2 wilayah ini? Objektifnya adalah untuk menghentikan gerakan gerakan Palestina Merdeka. Jadi ketika itu mungkin ya ada gerakan Palestina Merdeka yang cukup masif dan cukup frontal untuk kemudian melawan Zionis Israel, dan mungkin para anggotanya juga banyak yang ada di daerah Sabra dan Shatila, dan akhirnya 2 wilayah itu pun dikepung dan kemudian dibantai untuk menghentikan gerakan tersebut gitu. Dan ya akhirnya yang tersisa ya tidak tersisa gitu ya, yang tersisa hanya memori yang amat sangat buruk dan menyedihkan gitu ya terkait pembantaian Sabra dan Shatila itu. Dan warga Sabra dan Shatila juga tidak mendapatkan hak-haknya untuk dibela gitu. Gak ada yang peduli sekarang, bahkan mungkin teman-teman juga nggak baru kali ini ya mendengar nama Sabra dan Shatila. Saya pun baru kali ini. Itu tandanya adalah memang peristiwa pembantaian tersebut tidak pernah di blow up dan tidak pernah dipublikasikan gitu. Padahal yang terjadi adalah tadi selama 3 hari yang dibantai mencapai 30.000 warga gitu. Dan Sharon pun sama tidak peduli dan tidak merasa bersalah atas tindakannya. Ketika dia sudah akhirnya lengser, ya udah dia lengser aja gitu, dan dijabatkan lengser, dan tidak ada apapun yang dia lakukan untuk memperbaiki tindakan bersalahnya itu. Pun juga dari dunia internasional tidak ada campur tangan, tidak ada yang mengurusi masalah Sabra dan Shatila. Okay, move on.
Okay, so right now we have a survivor's story from this massacre. So we have, I looked up the internet and I found this story, and I would like to deliver it to you. One called Muhammad Nidal. He lived in Shatila camp, and on 16th of September, the first day of this massacre, he woke up and found tanks under the window of his home, and they were surrounding both neighborhoods. And he said that this massacre was executed silently until 43 hours. So people were killed during they are safe and sound in their homes. So as I said, people were dead while they were in home drinking their teas while they are safe. So and it was silently done. And after it was exposed, Muhammad Nadal and a group of men from both camps, they did some resistance against the occupation and pushed back. They were able to push back the Israeli occupation, but this cost them the sacrifice of Muhammad's leg and his friend. As I remember, his name is Muhammad, and Muhammad's dead in between Nidal's hands, and Nidal kept bleeding, and at the end he was rescued by the Red Cross, a team from Red Cross, and one of the team was a female Jewish, who took Muhammad Nidal to the hospital. So one thing I want to mention here is that the conflict between the Palestinians and Israeli is not a religious conflict. So it is a political conflict. And because as you may shocked, because there is a Jewish woman who helped Muhammad when he was bleeding, but there are Jewish people, there are good Jewish people, but the ones who live in Palestine, occupied Palestine, they are Zionist. So so this political, this is a political movement, but there are some other good Jewish people who contradict and who oppose what they do in Palestine, the Israeli occupation, what they do in Palestine. So um, so as I said, there are some good Jewish people, but our conflict is political with those Zionist Israeli occupation who occupied Palestine. So go ahead, Hanif, and translate.
Oke, ya. Jadi dari pembantaian itu ada satu kisah yang cukup menarik tentang dari kisah yang selamat ya, yaitu pada tanggal 16 September ada seorang pemuda namanya Muhammad Ridho. Yang ketika pada tanggal 16 September itu, ketika hari pertama pembantaian, dia bangun dan dia melihat dari jendela itu udah ada banyak tank yang ngepung wilayah dua wilayah tersebut ya, Sabra dan Shatila. Dan akhirnya terjadilah pembantaian yang tadi dijelaskan, dan ternyata pembantaian itu dilakukan secara senyap gitu ya, dan berlangsung selama 40 jam gitu. Dan akhirnya Muhammad Ridho ini setelah akhirnya pembantaian itu sudah berlangsung selama 3 hari, Muhammad Ridho ini dan beberapa pemuda berkumpul dan kemudian menyerang balik para penjajah, dan alhamdulillah bisa memukul balik penjajah Zionis Israel gitu ya. Tapi ada satu momen ketika Muhammad Ridho ini terluka ya, dan ya hampir sudah sekarat, tapi akhirnya dia diselamatkan oleh salah satu komunitas. Dan menariknya adalah di komunitas tersebut ada perempuan Yahudi yang ikut menyelamatkan Muhammad yang akhirnya membawa si Muhammad ini ke rumah sakit. Dan dari situ kita bisa menyimpulkan bahwasanya pembantaian ini bukan disebabkan oleh faktor agama, tapi ini disebabkan oleh faktor politik. Bukan faktor agama, karena ya bahkan ada perempuan Yahudi yang rela menyelamatkan si Muhammad ini. Jadi ini murni karena kan politik dan ya begitu.
Yes, there is.
Ya, ini punten nih, nanti boleh tolong di suara yang bocor.
Excuse me, Hanif. There is some sound here.
Yeah.
Can you please mute yourself? Who's talking?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Should I continue?
Yep.
Okay. So last but not least, I would like to talk about the trend. Those 3 or 4 days ago, I think everybody heard about the Marvel's announcement of the new movie of somebody calls a superhero who's known as Sabra. So we know Captain America, but we have here they made a new character from Israeli origins whose name is Sabra, and as you can see, this is very I think that what they've done is really bad, as it's a way to push the agenda against the Palestinians and show that and even they felt this way they use it as the way to falsify the Palestinian truth, and even in the comics they showed that Palestinians killed this woman's child, and she wants to get revenge. So they portray Palestinians as Arab. They mentioned them as Arabs. So this woman is the good woman and we are the bad people. So unfortunately, the Israeli occupation controls the whole media, and he can play the minds of the West world and can easily affect them. So for us Palestinians, we can see like this is bullshit, and we don't believe in them. But for the West world, they believe that it does affect them. So this one of the ways they push agendas and towards them, and they attract the people's attention around the world and like to feel sympathy towards them. So that's it about the trend. You can go ahead, Hanif, and translate.
Oke, ya baik. Jadi dari pembantaian Sabra dan Shatila itu muncul nih sekarang sebuah tren yang tadi aku omongin di awal ya, cukup kontroversial. Kenapa cukup kontroversial? Karena ya tadi kita udah tahu ya sejarah Sabra dan Shatila, dan sekarang muncul nih Marvel mengeluarkan karakter baru dengan nama Sabra gitu. Yang mana tadi kita sudah tahu bahwasanya Sabra ini ada sebuah wilayah di daerah Lebanon Barat yang kemudian menjadi wilayah pembantaian Zionis Israel terhadap warga Palestina. Tapi akhirnya nama Sabra ini digunakan sebagai nama superhero dan superhero ini adalah berkebangsaan Israel, dan bahkan ini semacam dijadikan ikonnya Israel gitu, jadi kayak semacam Kapten Amerika gitu, jadi kayak semacam kaptennya Israel tapi perempuan gitu. Dan di situ disebutkan bahwasanya ya ceritanya Israel lagi dijajah gitu ya, dijajah oleh penjajah gitu ya. Tapi di situ disebutin bahwasanya penjajah itu orang-orang Arab gitu. Dan jadi di situ digambarkan orang-orangnya jahat gitu. Orang Palestina tuh digambarkan sebagai Arab, dan orang-orang Arabnya jahat. Dan Sabra ini hadir sebagai pahlawan yang akan membebaskan warga Israel dari penjajah Arab ini, kayak gitu. Dan inilah salah satu dari agenda bentuk agendanya Zionis Israel dan Zionis yang lain ya, yaitu mempermainkan pikiran orang-orang Barat. Nah, hingga akhirnya orang-orang Barat berpikir ya yang terjadi di Palestina atau di Palestina sekarang adalah bukan warga Palestina yang dibantai oleh Israel, tapi warga Palestina yang membantai orang Israel, dan orang-orang Israel mencoba untuk membela dirinya, kayak gitu. Ini sebuah agenda dan rencana busuk dari Israel, dan pastinya kita tidak percaya akan agenda tersebut. Ini merupakan taktik mereka untuk kemudian merekayasa sosial, kayak gitu. Okay, you may move on.
So I'm done. So if anybody have any questions, feel free to ask right now. And thank you so much for listening. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed and benefited from this session.
Oke.
That's it.
Oke. Ya, jadi materi sudah selesai, teman-teman. Teman-teman bagi yang punya pertanyaan atau ingin tahu lebih lanjut terkait Sabra dan Shatila dan mungkin Palestina secara umum ataupun terkait Zionis Israel, mangga boleh diajukan pertanyaan, nanti akan saya sampaikan kepada saudara Umar. Oke, baik. Mangga boleh di on mic atau di chat atau raise hand yang mau bertanya.
So
yeah, we are waiting for the participants to ask.
Okay.
Ya, ada yang mau nanya? Anybody want to ask? Or udah jelas? Clear? Oke, ini ada pertanyaan dari Dinda ya. Afan mau tanya pembantaian Israel menggunakan apa di Sabra dan Shatila? Oke, brother Umar, there is one participant asking. She wants to ask what did the Zionist Israel use to destroy or to kill the people in Sabra and Shatila? Were they using tanks or only weapons or what?
They used both weapons and tanks. So you use tanks bombing. For example, in the last story, Muhammad Nadal, his friend was dead by a tank bomb, and he was injured, lost his leg from it. And there are other people, they get inside the house and they just shoot them in the using weapons and kill them while they're in their homes. They get inside their homes and kill people brutally.
All right. Were there also the aeroplane shooting or not?
As far as I know, I'm not sure about that. So, but I'm sure about the tanks and the weapons.
Oke.
But I'm not really sure about the airplanes, because there was in the place there was also Israeli military, so they couldn't, like, while they are in the neighborhood is like small, so well, if they want to use the airplanes bombing, so they will be affected, so they're not gonna use it. They can use only the tanks. So that's what I think, but I think there is no airplane bombing, only tanks and weapons.
Alright, thank you for the answer. Jadi saudari Ninda, jadi yang digunakan oleh tentara Israel ini mereka menggunakan tank dan senjata ya. Dan tadi yang terjadi pada Muhammad Ridho dan teman-temannya adalah ya mereka terluka dikarenakan terkena tembakan tank gitu ya. Dan selain menggunakan tank juga para juri Israel juga menggunakan senjata, jadi mereka masuk ke dalam rumah dan secara senyap langsung membunuh anggota keluarga yang tinggal di rumah tersebut. Tapi nggak ada kayaknya nggak pakai pesawat ya, jadi nggak ada serangan udara karena wilayahnya pun kecil, dan kalau misalkan pakai serangan udara otomatis tentara Israel yang di bawahnya pun akan terkena. Jadi kayaknya nggak ada serangan udara, hanya serangan darat menggunakan tank dan senjata begitu. Alright, then and there is another participant asking. Tadi ada Mas Rahul Jannah ya, biasanya.
Sorry?
Wait. There was Miss Rahul Jannah raising hand. Rahul Jannah mau tanya.
There was somebody raising his or her hand.
Yeah, there was somebody raising. Ya, mangga Rahul Jannah kalau mau tanya.
Mau izin bertanya. Pembantaian di Sabra Shatila itu berlangsung di tanggal 16 sampai 18 September atau berlanjut? Apakah di tanggal itu aja atau berlanjut gitu kan?
Okay. Like Bro Umar, Rahul Jannah is asking, was the massacre of Sabra and Shatila happen only in 16 until 18 September, or is it continuing after that, or only in just days?
No, the actual massacre happened in these 3 days, from the 16th of September till the 18th. So it's 3 days. In these 3 days, as I read that there was some bodies said that it caused the death of 3,000, and some others said 4,000 in just 3 days, and but the effect of Sabra and Shatila massacre stayed till nowadays. So people's minds and memories are still live inside this massacre, and even when the massacres finished, people generally in camps, they suffer from electricity, they suffer from water cuts and electricity cuts and pollution, poverty, a bad infrastructure. So in general, the suffering from 1948 till nowadays never ends, or hasn't ended yet.
Okay, thank you. Ya, jadi Mas Aljana, jadi pembantaiannya hanya berlangsung selama 3 hari, dan selama 3 hari tersebut juga akhirnya menghasilkan yang menyebabkan 30.000 ya, 30 atau 40.000 jiwa mati. Tapi dampak dari pembantaian tersebut masih terjadi sampai sekarang gitu. Karena setelah pembantaian tersebut tidak ada pembenahan, tidak ada perbaikan dari infrastruktur yang ada di Sabra dan Shatila. Jadi ya udah masih ada sampai sekarang, bahkan ya menyebabkan si campnya itu sampai sekarang masih buruk dan bahkan bertambah buruk. Okay, move on to the next question. There is some and a participant asking, okay, what is the background for Marvel Studio?
For what?
Finally,
sorry?
Yeah, the question is, what is the background? What is the reason for Marvel Studio establishing the character of Sabra?
You mean like what is the reason of the massacre?
No, not
So,
the massacre, but the reason Marvel Studio establishing or creating the character Sabra, the
uh,
hero Sabra.
what is the reason?
Yeah, what is the reason
So,
of the Marvel
it,
Studio?
it, anybody wanted to say something? Okay. Well, it's not the first time Israeli does something like this. So every time they do something in the media, but this time it went viral actually, and the whole world knew about it. So why did they do so? They use this strategy to falsify the truth, as if they are innocent, to show that they are the innocent and Palestinians are the aggressor. So they use the name Sabra because it's somehow first it is related to Palestinians, and it is somehow shows the sympathy because Sabra and Shatila, some people sympathized with them, so it's like somehow there is some sort of sympathy in. So they in this way they show that they are innocent and the Palestinians are the aggressor. And in the comics they mentioned that that this woman works for the Mossad and she and her son is dead by Palestinians. They didn't say Palestinians like literally, but they said Arabs but they mean it Palestine. It's like it's obvious. So this way, they it's not just in movies and comics. No, you can see this in media, and always if you, for example, go for New York Times, you can read news and you can see like how they play the words in order to show to sympathize, to let the word sympathize with them. So I think that's the reason of why they do so.
Oke, alright. Ya, jadi saudara Eva, jadi apa yang kemudian latar belakang Marvel Studio berpikiran membuat Sabra adalah memang ini merupakan agenda dari Zionis gitu, untuk kemudian mempropagandakan atau mencuci otak atau merekayasa sosial ya. Jadi supaya orang-orang itu berpikiran yang terjadi di Palestina itu bukan Palestina dibantu oleh Israel, tapi justru sebaliknya, Israel yang punya hak atas tanah tersebut dan mereka ingin hidup di sana dengan damai ya, tapi akhirnya orang-orang Palestina mempermasalahkan hal itu dan akhirnya orang Palestina menyerang Israel. Dan apa yang dilakukan oleh Israel sekarang adalah upaya untuk membela diri, itu yang diinginkan oleh Marvel Studio. Dan Marvel Studio juga sebenarnya merupakan bagian dari ini mungkin ya, bagian dari konspirasi Zionis begitu ya. Dan sebenarnya nggak cuman saat ini saja Marvel Studio atau Zionis Israel menggunakan strategi ini. Udah banyak kan ya strategi-strategi ini. Kan mereka menguasai 4F ya. Ada food, fashion, terus apalagi lupa duanya. Pokoknya itulah kayak gitu. Fun dan lain sebagainya. Ya food, fashion, fun dan apa gitu. Ini strategi propaganda untuk kemudian brainwash ya atau mencuci otak orang-orang supaya berpikirannya ya yang sebaliknya gitu. Okay, move on to the next question. Finally, there is a participant asking with the English question. She is asking, after the incident, is there any responsibility on the part of the party concerned? I read in the media that the incident was condemned by the world, but the fact is that until now, no related parties have been brought to justice. Okay, you may answer that.
Sorry, I didn't hear it very well. So could you please repeat it?
I will repeat it. So the question is, after the incident, is there any responsibility on the part of the party concerned? I read in the media that the incident was condemned by the world, but the fact is that until now, no related parties have been brought to justice.
So as far as I understood, I will answer it. After the massacre, nobody in the international, you mean like why there was no interference from the international bodies? Oh, okay. So after the massacre, this is not the only the first time they do something like this. So always the international bodies move by our bias towards Israel. So it's not the first time. They never get condemned because to explain something, those camps were made just to it's not just because the United Nations are good people. No, it's just because to close the Palestinians' mouths. So and they were, even the Palestinians, when they immigrated, they were told that they were get back to their homes, and everything will solve days after a few days. And the Palestinians had hope to get back home after they immigrated, but nothing happened until nowadays. So you can say that the whole it's like a game, and the United Nations and the international bodies are play it from a way that to show the world that we are fair, but from behind the scenes they support Israel in a way or another. They cannot condemn them because they think that because they are the one who made them actually. Uh, I think that's my opinion. I'm not sure if maybe I'm wrong, but it's a little bit complicated actually.
Oke, thank you very much. Jadi ini mohon maaf teman-teman, jadi tadi ada sedikit urusan. Jadi saya sebenarnya tidak begitu memperhatikan jawaban dari Brother Umar ya. Tapi yang jelas adalah tidak ada tanggung jawab dari pihak Israel ya selaku penjajah, sama sekali tidak ada tanggung jawab. Bahkan ini kan dijelaskan selama pematerian Sharon yang bertindak sebagai perdana menteri pun ketika lengser ya itu adalah lengser, tidak ada tanggung jawab, dan ya memang itu yang terjadi gitu. Dan dari dunia internasional pun tidak ada campur tangan, tidak ada yang mencoba untuk mengurusi Sabra dan Shatila ini. Mungkin juga karena Sabra dan Shatila ini pun akhirnya ditutup ya ketika zaman itu. Begitu Teh Najmatul Rahmah. Tapi mungkin kalau karena Teteh bertanya pakai bahasa Inggris, mungkin juga tadi cukup paham ya apa yang dijelaskan oleh Brother Umar gitu. Oke, move on to the next question. Wait. Sebenarnya ada yang sebenarnya setelah pengembangan pasal ini. Okay, so there is someone asking Brother Umar, after the massacre of the Sabra and Shatila, how is the condition of the people in those camps? Is the camp still exist, or is it gone, or how? And how is the condition of the?
I got it. Okay, the camps actually are still exist. But to the condition of the camps that I'm gonna say, it's not just explicit. It's not just limited to Sabra and Shatila. This condition is for the whole camps. As you saw in the pictures I showed you, the camps are in a ruthless state. Nobody cares about them. It doesn't go in maintenance stages. It's only just they establish them, and that's it. Nobody cares after that. So people there face poverty, and the survivors, the memories in their heads, and the streets witness the whole incidents, and so they live under you could say that's the whole scene still lives in their memories, so it's not easy. So the streets are bad, and bad infrastructure, water cutage, and electricity cuts. Sorry. So that's it. I think I answered that question.
Oke, ya. Jadi yang terjadi di camp itu, campnya masih ada, cuman memang keadaannya makin buruk dan tidak ada upaya penanggulangan ataupun upaya pembenahan dari camp tersebut itu. Dan akhirnya bagaimana keadaan penerusnya masih ada, cuman ya makin menderita karena sudahlah camp itu tidak layak, terus akhirnya dihancurkan, dan sekarang ya keadaannya seperti itu, makin tidak layak begitu ya. Akhirnya tetap ada di situ, cuman kayak makin menderita gitu ya. Oke, kita lanjutkan. Oke, there is participant asking Brother Umar, how can this horrible massacre become not exposed in the world, in the news? Is the power of the Israel so big so that they can condemn all the work to not
Well,
being.
well, I'm not sure if about the your media or the Western media, but I'm sure about the Arab media. If you search about Sabra and Shatila massacre, if you write in Arabic, Sabra and Shatila, you will find tons of resources and news. So because there are many Arab like media, like they remarks the massacres, so and talked about it, but I'm not sure it is mentioned in the Western media, so that's why I don't think you will hear about it, because it's in Arabic, and only those who can read and understand Arabic who can just read them, understand them.
Oke, ya. Jadi siapa tadi? Eh, Kak Fatima ya. Jadi sebenarnya kalau misalkan dicari di sumber berita Arab gitu ya, itu bisa ditemuin berita tentang Sabra dan Shatila. Tapi kalau misalkan di kanal-kanal berita Barat itu nggak akan ditemukan berita tentang Sabra dan Shatila. Dan mungkin itu yang akhirnya membuat peristiwa ini tidak terblow up begitu ya. Dikarenakan media Barat tidak memblow up-nya, dan sedangkan media Arab tidak memiliki pengaruh sebegitu besar dalam dunia perbedaan. Oke, mungkin karena waktunya juga sudah habis gitu ya, jadi agaknya sesi tanya jawabnya dicukupkan sekian gitu ya. Mohon maaf untuk para partisipan yang sudah bertanya tapi belum dapat terjawab, mungkin nanti bisa dititipin ke panitia untuk kemudian disampaikan ke Brother Umar ya. So Brother Umar, I think this is the end of the Q&A question. Although there are still many participants want to ask, maybe they can give the question to the brothers and sisters here, and they can send the question to you, so you can answer it maybe via WhatsApp or something. So
Okay,
maybe
so
yeah.
should I leave my WhatsApp number?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sure. You can give the number.
Okay, if anybody wants to ask any questions, and I'm very happy to answer as long as I can answer. So I will write it down in the comments. So, it's wrong. There is a 0 afterwards.
Okay, so it should be 097059985559.
Yes, 90 after the.
Oh, 90.
There,
Okay.
there's a 0.
970599855590. Oke. Ya, jadi teman-teman itu nomor WhatsApp-nya Umar ya, bukan nomor Indonesia ya.
I would be very happy to answer your questions actually, and
Sure.
I thank you so much for your interpreting, and I know how hard it is, and I really appreciate it.
Oke, sure. Ya, jadi teman itu Umar udah ngasih nomor WhatsApp-nya ya, bukan nomor Indonesia, pastinya itu nomor Palestina. Jadi teman-teman mangga kalau misalkan mau tanya langsung, sekaligus ngelatih bahasa Inggris dan sekaligus ngobrol sama Brother Umar secara langsung, boleh tinggal di WA, dan dia akan sangat senang untuk menjawab pertanyaan dari teman-teman gitu ya, gak usah sungkan gitu. And Brother Umar, once again thank you very much for your time and for your
You're welcome.
For your sharing about the Sabra and Shatila. After hearing your presentation, finally we can know deeply about Sabra and Shatila. And honestly, I just hear about Sabra and Shatila right now. So this is new information for me, and I hope this information can lift up my spirit to defense Palestinian, and we pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. May Allah grant us help for the Palestinian people.
My honor. My pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Hanif. You're welcome. Before we leaving, I think we can take documentation. Can we?
Sorry?
Yeah. We can take documentation, taking picture.
Oh, okay. No problems.
Yeah.
No problems. Let me take this off because I'm. Okay.
Sure. Oke, teman-teman yang masih off cam boleh di on cam ya, kita akan ada sesi dokumentasi dengan Brother Umar. Ayo, kapan lagi kita bisa foto sama orang Palestina kan?
Okay,
Kalau
you
masih
can
ramai.
go take the pictures. Let me just check
Oke.
things.
Oke, kepada para panitia mungkin boleh dibantu ya, kasih aba-aba dan di screenshot siapa yang akan mau foto.
Oke, dokumentasinya sama aku ya.
Oke, boleh.
Pakai bahasa Inggris ya bapaknya supaya Brother Umarnya ngerti.
Are we done with the picture or what?
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Ya,
Ya,
baik.
say 1, 2, 3.
Oke, 1, 2, 3. Satu, dua, tiga. Oke.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, once again, Brother Umar, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you are safe now.
You're
And
welcome.
all of us here from Indonesia, we are praying every day in our salah, in our prayer. We are praying the best for the Palestinian, and I hope we can one time, we can go to Palestine and together with you and with the Palestinian people,
My pleasure.
defense our land, defense our mosque, and inshallah.
My pleasure. Thank you so much all, and you, Hanif, for your work and interpreting. And I hope you all have benefited from today's session.
Amin. Oke, dan teman-teman juga mohon maaf ya kalau tadi saya salah selama menerjemahkan, masih ada banyak kurangnya ya. Memang ini saya masih kurang kompeten ya. Dan terima kasih banyak juga atas pertanyaannya. Dikembalikan kepada MC. Saya tutup. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Angga.
Jazakumullah khairan, especially for you, Brother Omar Salah.
Thank you
As
so much.
Hanif said, sorry, a little nervous to talk with you. I'm a little nervous to talk with you.
What?
Okay. I'm a little nervous to talk with
She is
you.
nervous. She is nervous.
Feel free.
Jazakumullah khairan kathiran for the explains. As Brother Hanif said that we can know deeply about Sabra and Shatila for the history, the accident until the condition right now. Dan jazakumullah khairan juga atas Kak Hanif ya, atas pemaparannya juga, atas translate-nya juga. Jadi kita tahu yang awalnya ini ngomong apa sih, Kak Umar ini ngomong apa sih, kita jadi tahu. Jazakumullah khairan, terima kasih banyak. Dan closing statement-nya dari saya ya, seperti yang telah tertulis di dalam Al-Quran, yakni surat Al-Baqarah ayat 120, walang tarda angkal yahudu walan nasara hatta tattabi'a millatahum. Dan orang-orang Yahudi serta orang-orang Nasrani itu tidak akan ridho sampai kalian mengikuti agama mereka. Nah, ini konteks di sini bukan kok kita sampai jadi agama Yahudi, itu bukan. Yakni kita percaya sama mereka, kita kita mendukung mereka, itu salah satu tujuannya mereka. Kayak salah satu yang mereka perbuat ya, mereka membuat karakter Marvel baru yang bersumber dari sejarah yang kelam tersebut. Dari saya cukup sekian. Marilah kita tutup acara siang hari ini. Hayya nakhtam bi qiraatil hamdalah wa du'a kafaratil majlis jami'an. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wal akhir, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Brother Umar. You may leave the room.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And hope to see you next time or in other sessions.
Sure. Ma'assalamah.
Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Ya, saya juga izin ya teman-teman.